PerkyPlanes and RC here, operating at 2.4 gigahertz, and got the OS FS120 Surpass. This is, I think, what do they call it, Mark III, version 3, something like that. This came off of the Carl Goldberg Stinson that I have. So, the story goes with this engine, if you're not familiar, is basically I got the engine and then the plane. The engine was horribly stuck, just castered up real bad. And so I took the engine in, heated it up, oiled it, heated up, oiled it, got it to where it was more or less freed up. Dug a little deeper, ended up replacing the bearings in it as well, just to be on the safe side, and all that good stuff. Put it back together, and then decided to go ahead and give it a try and see if it fired up. And it fired up, but it seems like it never would keep running. And even future attempts of that, like the ones I got here recently, that tended to be the problem. You know, you could possibly get it started, and it might sputter and whatever for a few moments, and then it would just die. And then you could never get it started back up again. So that's kind of the story where things are at right now. It's kind of one of those things where I'm sort of at a uncertain point. I do have some suggestions, some things that I can look at. First one of those is a suggestion that came from not Glow Engine Dave, but the other Dave. Regarding the high-speed needle. Basically, the thing was he said that I guess he had one as well. The manual actually says, 3 to 3.5 turns, opened up to do the initial starting, and he made the remark that something like he could never get his to even start with that. It was just way too much. So he backed his down to probably even less than one full turn and was able to get it successfully running that way. Now, taking that into account, on my attempts to try and start it, usually I would start it at 2 to 2.5 turns. And it would actually start up. But again, like I said, it just would not keep running. So, that is one thing I could try. I have not tried it yet, is to actually back this guy, or, close it up all the way, back it out, not even a full turn, and then just seeing how things go. So that's a possibility. If that doesn't get going, or if that doesn't get it working, then I'm kind of at a crossroads at that point, because this is not a muffler pressure engine. This is a pumped engine. I think I must have been one of the later revisions of the Surpass. So as you can see, here's the little pump right here, and it has a pressure regulator right here. So basically, if the needle valve, the high-speed needle trick does not work, then I may have to look at something with the pump assembly and the regulator, which, as Glow Engine Dave informed me, and I kind of knew this as well, is that those parts are not made anymore. So if they're broken, they're broken. And at that point, I'd have to kind of figure something out of what to do. And I've kind of went down that rabbit hole a little bit. I think I've read some people who have actually turned this into a muffler pressure system, without using the pump. So, that could be possibly pursued. And I think I've heard some people talking about changing the plumbing here a little bit to, I think one of the things was with like a T-junction or something like that to basically make the thing work. Some things I've read says that 9 times out of 10 the pump is actually okay, but it's usually the pressure regulator is the culprit. So just some things I've read. I'm kind of crossing my fingers at this point in that the high-speed needle trick will work. But again, if it does not, then we're sort of at a crossroads, and we need to figure out something to do. Whether it's, find some way of rigging this up to make it work, or just saying, forget you, you're not gonna do what I need, basically, and which could result in me having to look at other options, whether it's a new engine, whether it's finding any kind of part, which will probably be on eBay, because like I said, they don't make those anymore. Looking at that option. So that's kind of where we're at. I'm hoping that I'll have some good news soon. Maybe, like I said, maybe the needle valve trick will work, but we won't know until we try to fire it up again. So that's where we're at with this guy. I'm hoping for the best and that we can get it going. So, and things have sort of derailed me this past week, and this was one thing included that sort of derailed me as well, as far as what was, as far as progress and things like that. So, but anyways, guys, that's where I'm at with this. I'm hoping to get it running, but we will have to kind of wait and see what happens. If the needle valve trick works, great. If not, then we will see. All right, guys. Well, that is all for me. I want to thank you guys for watching. Let's hope for some good news out of this Surpass, and hopefully we can get it running. But, yep, that's it, guys. Well, thank you all for watching. Any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below. And we'll see you in the next video.